Emergency, which service?
Coast Guard.
Well, in the poop here, in the middle of the River Exe, there is sea pigeon over there. No coat, no life jacket, no engine, and it's getting dark.
The first sail of the season. Sun out, wind perfect, dog happy. What could possibly go wrong? As it turns out, quite a lot. This is our shakedown sail from the X to the Dart, with the emphasis on the shaken.
Shaken, not stirred.
So how did we get here? It's been a long, cold, damp winter. We like to take everything off the boat for the winter, and then come the spring, it's all dry and we can put it back on again. So all of that has to go back into here. So Neil enlisted the help of dear friends to help us get everything onto the boat with the help of the banksman.
Now you tell me. Okay, stage 2 of this beautiful, relaxing sport of sailing. So now all I'm going to do is put it on the boat.
It won't fit, butthead.
Neil worked really hard fitting the new mattresses and installing the seats and cushions and everything. And the next morning, we were ready to go.
Lots of work done over the winter getting the boat prepared. A full and complete service on the engine, of course, as well as a new impeller. This is imperative. And of course another Chinese diesel heater. These seem to last around about 2 years, but at £70, okay. We also had to have a new tender as the old one punctured, but split so far it had just rotted out. So hopefully now this is Bank Holiday Friday morning and escaping out the turf locks. But what a beautiful start to the morning.
This is our lovely squeaky clean new dinghy. It's really pretty. I'm not quite sure how practical it is though, because it's very small. I've come to realise that they're quite disposable. This is actually our 4th dinghy, so they last about 2 years each. So on this very lovely morning, Neil takes the boat out of the canal and into the river beyond.
It's about ready to cast off.
The thing about a shakedown tour is to find out what has not survived the winter. We know something is broken, but we've yet to find out what it is.
I'm going to put my camera down for this bit. Gates closing.
But on this beautiful April morning, we're just happy to be on the water and moving.
Beautiful high tide today, look at this.
Once out of the canal, we sail down the river. It takes about an hour to reach the sea, and then we turn right, heading for Dartmouth. That sail was absolutely fantastic. It couldn't have been better. So we make it into Dartmouth, and the first task is to fill up with water and flush the tanks out a couple of times just to make sure they're nice and healthy. After filling the tanks with fresh clean water, we tied up at the Walkershore pontoon. This pontoon is probably the most popular, and at the height of the season it's almost impossible to find a place to tie up along. But we were the first here this spring, so we were able to find a nice place to moor up, and we had 3 delightful days in Dartmouth, and we even got to meet some family and visit the pub and have a good laugh. So it came time we had to sail home again. The sea was flat and the wind was great. The conditions were lovely. We got to have a wonderful sail home. And so far, so good. What now?
We are blowing 20 knots. I'm flying just as you know, which you haven't done before, and I'm happy. I'm getting 5-6 knots consistently, and the wheel's beautifully balanced in the centre, so in strong winds I might try this more often. We're too early for the tide to go up the river, so I'm going to find some shelter for an hour, probably put the heater on and stand around it, and sail back later. But yeah, good sail. I wouldn't go out in 20 knots, but you know what, the sea's nice and flat, so it's all good.
Whoops, sail is luffing there, came off the wind a bit.
Good to be back, but it is a cold wind.
Well, it is only April.
Yeah.
How about you, Hero? What do you reckon?
What?
What's the sea state?
What's the sea state?
Rough.
We were ahead of the time we could get in on the River Exe due to tide, so we decided to pull into Barbican Bay and just anchor up for an hour, have a hot coffee and sit around the heater. And so in with the Genoa and make it all safe and prep the anchor ready for anchoring up.
Just borrowed Maxine dry robe. I want one. Oh, it's like being in a sleeping bag. And yeah, on my shopping list.
Anchoring up in a wonderfully flat, calm, empty bay, hot food, hot coffee and a recharge, and head back onto the River Exe, where things didn't go to plan. Very compact and bijou in here, but minor problem getting on my mooring, as you'll see in a minute. I really struggled to pull it. Can you hold that so there's something wrong with that?
Sounds like there's no
What? It's gone.
Oh no! So what do we do now?
Oh, we got to row to the boat. Okay, I've got. Okay. You know.
What's shear pin? What's a shear pin?
It's a pin that holds the boat.
Have you got one?
Yeah.
Let me do that one.
Row your boat gently down the stream.
The pin's gone, we're in a pickle. Well, in the poop here, in the middle of the River Exe, there is sea pigeon over there. As we left the boat, I put it in reverse, and for some reason it didn't go in reverse and broke a shear pin on the torpedo engine. But we were unable to row back to the boat, so we've now called the RNLI to come and give us a tow in. And yeah, not a good end to a day. Saved again by the RNLI. Thank you guys.
Vessel size of edition. There we go.
These guys helping us out now, some of them were down the pub, some were on the settee at home, and now they're freezing cold out of here within 20 minutes. Yay. Thank you. With every rescue, it's really important to learn something from it, to stop it occurring again. The cause of this was a shear pin, but on replacing the shear pin and looking at the old one, it was slightly cracked through, so part of my maintenance now will be regularly checking the shear pin on the outboard engine. I now carry a mini grab bag. This stays attached to the tender, and within this is a torch and also a set of shear pins and a hammer and another nut and the spanner to change it all. If it happens again, I'll be able to fix it at sea. What I thought would be a short 10-minute trip back to the pontoon ended up being 40 minutes. I had not got a coat on or a life jacket. I will not make this mistake again. The Coast Guard asked us for our position. Luckily, I had a GPS tool on my telephone and was able to give them an exact position. Make sure you have some kind of GPS coordinates or even what 3 words on your phone. The River Exe would not have cut it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Goodbye.